I hear the terrorists died.
His Grace said he would investigate it himself.
But how? The man is dead. Our knights were gravely injured. It shouldn't be so hard to capture a man alive. How are we supposed to trust the Grand Duke now? Have you looked into the attacker's family? He didn't have any relatives. We could punish in association with his crime, not to mention he wasn't from our country. Ha! Of course not. Our people would never engage in such a foul act. I bet the rebels' forces were the ones who broke the Grand Duke's statue. Doesn't that upset him? Please, enough. Talking about it here won't change anything. Sir. Why are they blaming us for their knight's injuries? Then they should have stayed in line with us, just like our knights. Is the palace only filled with snobs like her? Anyway, it's fortunate no civilians were harmed. Isn't keeps on happening one after another. We should also find who made that flyer. As well as that incident a few days ago. I hear the one who attacked the Duchess was a commoner who used to court her. A free soul she used to be. Usually nobles would court amongst themselves. Well, the Jahrhardts always carried themselves that way. And even more so ever since the late Countess passed away. How do you know all of that? Before the marriage, His Grace asked me to look into her family. Didn't you say you had your hands full? How is it that you have time to gossip? Apologies. And what happened to the lead assailant? 3 men, including him, were executed. The rest were taken to the border for labor. There's nothing to worry about now. The lead assailant was definitely executed. His ear was cut before the execution, so there wouldn't have been any mistake. All right, I shall report it to His Grace. And you should know well enough that no one should find out about this incident. So mind your words. The Grand Duchess is a lady of honor, not someone you should be gossiping about. Damn straight? Huh. There are so many things Her Grace has done for me in my stead. What if she gets divorced because of this? Even today, I was able to finally get some fresh air outside thanks to her. My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode 29. Yes, that is how you do that part. You are a fast learner indeed, Your Grace. I don't think I need my son to work here anymore. Well, he'd be hurt if he heard you say that. I believe that's all for this document. Can you look at this too, if it's all right with you? Oh, this is about the matters of the Count's manor. It looks like it's going to rain. It's been days since the festival. Your Grace. Selfie. I'm late, so please excuse me. Be careful, Selfie. Selfie is going to school now. He has to ride a carriage for more than an hour to go to school, but he never complains. And pen gifted by Pereshati, notebook gifted by the Grand Duke. That is so cute. He is so adorable. Rebecca came back as my lady-in-waiting once her punishment ended. Her protecting me was taken into account, so it was decided that she could stay. Oh. As a side note, the knights in charge of her were the happiest to see her punishment end. Let's never see each other again. Oh. For days, I was asked to write the details of the incident, and I knew HIATUS, the same thing over and over again. It was just absurd. My father introduced me to him. That's all. I only known him for a short time. That day he begged that he wanted to meet you. I thought it would be alright if it was just for a while. If I knew something like that would happen, I never would have set up a meeting with him. The knights will be following me whenever I go out from now on, but it's fine even if I follow for life, because I want to work here until my very last breath. I think I understand how the knights felt. Your friend was hurt too. Is he alright? I hear he is rather frail. Please don't waste your concern on the likes of him. He's a shameless bastard who only tried to pardon himself even when he was brought here for questioning. He never said anything to clear my name. But it was all his fault. Forgive me for raising my voice. Rebecca's friend is Adius Potson, the second son of Viscount Potson. He said he was curious about the Grand Duchess, who never shows up at the parties since the wedding. I was worried there might be rumors about us if she was seen meeting another man. Upon investigation, he was also known for his good looks. What is this? I took it in case those ruffians would pick it up and hide it. I thought it should be kept a secret, so I figured I should give it to you myself. But our knights visited you a while back. You didn't trust them enough to give it to them. I couldn't tell where her grace stood in the Grace Dukedom, for it hasn't been long since her marriage. I thought it would be better to be careful. But hearing you say that makes me realize I was worried over nothing. Now please excuse me. Thanks to him, the concern about the contract were resolved. How on earth did it end up in his hands? I should go and thank him. He doesn't deserve your gratitude, your grace. What took him so long? He should have brought it straight away. Besides, you were in danger because of us. I'm really sorry. And I'm so thankful that you decided to keep me on. No, Rebecca. You protected me, remember? Whatever the reason was for wanting to see me, I was worried for those two because they ended up getting involved. But I'm glad it worked out. The most troublesome matter were gradually resolved. But how did Schiff get his hands on the expensive contract? He could never even dream of buying that with his measly salary as a knight bachelor. Don't tell me, Reina. Now that I think about it, letters have stopped coming from the palace of late. More tea, your grace? Sure. And ever since the attack at the parade, the Grand Duke... I don't know if you guys can hear my tummy, but it's growling. So after reading this one, I'm gonna go get some food because I'm starving. My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode 30. You're rather late. So, have you found out what killed the assassin? The assassin. It's strange that he fell only to a cut on his hand, and the reaction he had when he fell resembled the way I died from your blood. I may be wrong, but perhaps your family's blood is being traded somewhere. He was suffering from malnutrition. He also had a sign of frostbite on the tips of his fingers and toes. Sounds like the assassin was from Schwartz. But please be sure to make a full report next time. He woke up in the middle while we were transporting him. It scared us, you know. He died shortly thereafter, but he definitely looked dead when I saw him, though. Well, it was my mistake. Cause of death? His dagger was coated with serpent poison. I also found poison on the back of his molar. Both kinds are lethal, but they slow to take effect. It's rather strange that he collapsed so suddenly. Could they take effect differently depending on the person? Yes, but it seems he was exposed to both kinds at the same time. Normally, one doesn't take effect faster than the other. He didn't suffer any concussion either. Why did he collapse? It's a mystery. His death had nothing to do with our blood. He died from a different kind of poison.
Huh. That man. Even though his dagger was coated with lethal poison, it's strange he fell so quickly. He only had a dagger when he attacked us, and considering the fact that he charged at us himself, just in case.
With the Lapileons, there are only a few indirect descendants. We also interrogate them every month in case of our secret gets out. And certainly, none in our family would seek profit through such means.
How can you be so certain of that?
Then what about you? How can you be so certain? Our family profits from our blood. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not what I meant. If the Lapilion's poison is what killed me in the past life, it's likely that someone sold their blood. Now their blood doesn't work on me, probably because I've already completely died from their poison once before. However, even if I told him about what happened to me, would he believe it? Even I couldn't be certain about it. The investigation must be over now, but why do you keep coming back to home so late? It's because you also suspect something, isn't it? It would be fortunate if I were mistaken, but what would you do if it turns out I'm right? You shouldn't be turning away from this matter. Oh, my tummy.
Stop. Oh, he's angry. Oh.
Then it's been a week since then. Normally he would always come back home, albeit late, but now he's not even coming back. He must be somewhere far away. I don't see his grace these days. I hope I'm wrong, but if his family's blood really is being traded, we should stop it. And we're not even close, but we ended up fighting. So that's the Jahardt's residence.
Your Grace.
Uncle.
Please have a seat.
It's been a while since I've been in this room. Please, no need to be so formal when we're alone.
All right, we have a lot of paperwork left for you, Pereshati. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you to come back. After all that confusion since your father's sudden death, things are finally getting settled. You've been through so much.
You too, Uncle. And the business I told you about last time. I want to try it now.
Oh, you mean the welfare benefits your father used to provide?
Yes, and I made a few adjustments. I wanted to proceed as it is written here. The welfare system in the Grand Dukedom was surprisingly robust, which was of great help to me. I already checked my plans with Batch many times, so there shouldn't be any major problems.
Pereshati, I'm filling in for you since you asked for a favor, but I wish to return home soon. And I'm worried that what happened in the parade might repeat itself. Of course, I'm glad you've kind of become a Grand Duchess, but...
Please hold on just a little longer. You won't have to keep doing this, I promise.
Oh. By the way, your stepmother's creditors keep on coming to our house these days. It's none of our concerns, but perhaps you should go pay her a visit.
Interesting. Okay, so for sure now we know, because I was curious about the uncle. I was like, well, what if the uncle now wants to take over this residence and like just kick her out, like kick Pereshati out? But now we kind of understand, okay, he doesn't want like, a hand in this at all. He wants to go home to his family, and he's just holding the fort down until Pereshati have control of this resident. And of course we know there's just a lot going on. Of course, now her and the Duke are in a fight because, she accused that someone in his family is trading their blood for money and it's poison. So it's getting pretty good, but it's slowly climbing. It's not at the climax yet, but it's slowly getting up there. All right, guys, if you guys enjoyed the way I read this webtoon, feel free to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, drop some comments, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!